Hi everybody, it's Colleen and thank you for joining me today on my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you an easy way to do a one-layer card with just a couple steps like ink blending and masking. Let's get started and thank you for joining me for the Alex Syberia Designs December YouTube Hop. So these are the couple products from the new release that I'm going to be using. One of them is a die set it's a two-layer die that says hello and hugs, and I really love the large bold font. The next thing is called Minimalist. This is a trio of flowers and it comes with the Better Press plate, which it can stamp and emboss your image, a coordinating die, some sentiments, and then also a 4-layer stencil set. So we're going to use most of that today in our card. First, I wanted to show you the die cut machine that I use. I use the BST Designs Intra-Cut machine. I like this machine a lot. One button on the side here shows you, whether you want to die cut or use an embossing folder. The other one lets you choose the level of pressure that you want on your die. For the Better Press plate that we're using today, I use the lightest pressure, but consult your die cut machine to know what works best for you with the Better Press plate. So this is the Better Press plate that we're going to be using that I've been talking about. It's by Spellbinders, and I will link everything in the description box. And I really like how this works. It's very organized for you. And I also use the Better Press cardstock. It's a cotton cardstock, and it works really well for this technique. So you can see that there's two sets of lines on here for two different sizes of cards. You want to line your cards up in one of those two spaces so that your stamp, your Better Press stamp, lines up and stamps where you want it to. So you can see I'm taking an A2 sized card, placing it in the center of those inner 4 lines and using some frog tape to adhere it in place. Now, when you buy the Better Press plate, they do send along some really nice masking tape to go with it, but I used it all up, so now I use frog tape because I find that works really well without tearing my paper. So I am just finishing lining up the paper, and now I'm going to start the stamping process. You can see I've got the floral trio in place within that A2 size square, and now I'm going to use Better Press black ink. I like this ink for this process because it just seems to work really well for the stamping. So I'm going to ink this up really good. Now you don't see the black show up a lot on the Better Press plates, but you are getting it inked up, so don't worry about that. So I'm giving it a good inking up. Then you're going to see that I'm going to place that clear plate with the cardstock over the top of it, and it secures itself to the other plate via 4 little magnets, and those magnets are strong. Now I run the whole thing through my die cut machine, and this is what you end up with. A lovely, lovely stamped image that's also embossed, so added interest. Now I'm going to repeat the process because I want flowers in both corners of my card panel. So I'm going to do the same thing, ink it up, get it good and juicy, and then I'm going to add that clear panel back over it again. And I like that the magnets hold everything in place. So as you run it through your die cut machine, nothing gets ajar. So I just want to make sure that I apply it in the same place, so in the right way, so I don't stamp over the same image twice. Run it back through my die cut machine again, and voila. Look what you've got here. Beautiful, beautiful embossed stamped image that we are now going to stencil. So this is a 4-layer stencil, and it allows you to add some depth to the flowers and have some fun. I'm using 49 and Market reactive inks. They do react to water, which you're going to see later on with the second part of this process. But for now, I just wanted to use them on the flowers because I think these color combinations are so beautiful, and they remind me a bit of a Christmassy flower. So that's why I wanted to use these color panels. So right now I'm working on the first layer. All the stencils by Alex Syberia Designs have a number on them so you know what number you're working with. And then she also provides an example, a visual, so you can see how to line up your stencils. But these are really easy to line up. You won't have any trouble at all. And I'm also using um, a little apparatus behind it to hold the cardstock in place. So now I'm going to go on to the next layer. And while I am continuing to add my um, ink blending, I'm going to play some music for you so you don't have to listen to me talk all the time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the process. I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, we are finished with the ink blending and now we are going to work on masking in the background. I use Unity Easy Peel masking paper, and then I took the die cut using the masking paper and applied it over the flowers. Now I'm going to go in with the same inks that I used for the ink blending process, apply the ink to my glass media mat, add a little water, and then put the card panel right over it and smush the ink onto the card panel. And because I masked the flowers will be protected and they won't get messed up. So I'm just going in and adding layers of color until I'm happy with what it looks like. I don't want it to be perfect. You could ink blend, you could mask and ink blend if you wanted a smoother look, which would work really well. I wanted this bit of mixed media-ish messy look, so that's why I did it the way I did it. And I just think that staying within the same color family also adds to the cohesiveness and the beauty of the card. So now I'm just going to add a little bit more by adding splatters with the darkest ink and then also with some gold mica ink because I just wanted a little more interest before I went on and finished up my card panel. This is the gold mica ink, which I highly recommend you use if you like to do splattering because this is awesome stuff. So that part of the process is done. I have removed the masks. And now you can see the finished card panel and it looks beautiful. The background is subtle, so it doesn't compete with the flowers, but it complements the flowers. And now we're going to finish with this hello sentiment, which is another 2-layered sentiment. And it is another part of the new release along with another die that you can use that frames things nicely for you. And I'm also going to add some Altenew gold sequins just because I want a little more interest on my card panel. And then I'm finished. So it's mostly a 1-layer card, maybe a little bulk, but mostly 1 layer. Hop along with the 7 of us today and remember to comment so that you can enter to win one of 4 $15 Alex Syberia Designs gift cards.